Behavioral Economics in Casino Design. Impact on Player Engagement.
Good morning. How's everyone? All right, we're ready to go. I realized when I stepped up here I have 15 minutes, so I'm not going to go through a PowerPoint, but I am going to cover the topic. I'm Steve Crystal from Las Vegas, Nevada, and many people know me through my leadership and stewardship of SCCG Management, which is a global advisory firm representing over 200 B2B and B2C brands in 11 countries, 7 continents in the world, mostly focused in iGaming. But many people don't know I started out in the casino business 35 years ago. For the first 15 years of my career, I owned and operated casinos throughout the United States. And the last portfolio that we owned was in historic downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. From 2004 till the end of that decade, we owned 6 casino hotels. The flagship was the Plaza Hotel Casino. The Plaza, if you've ever seen the movie Casino and the character that Robert De Niro plays, that was filmed at the Plaza Casino. It was when it was built in 1970 with 1,000 hotel rooms, which seems small by today's standards, it was the largest casino in Las Vegas. Now we have casinos with upwards of 10,000 hotel rooms. But back in the 60s and 70s, Fremont Street was where Las Vegas was. It was before the Strip really took off. I remember when we took over the casinos in 2004, I got a request from Justin Timberlake and Snoop Dogg. They were filming a video for MTV, and they came to me and said, "Hey, we'd like to use your casino floor and your showroom as the backdrop because it's so cool and hip. It's vintage Vegas." And I said, "Well, we're trying to change that. These carpets haven't been changed since the 60s and 70s, but go ahead, use our casino." And I remember Snoop Dogg coming in, and he asked me, he came over to me, and he said, "Hey, dude, you think we could get rid of the women with the oxygen tanks? They're kind of ruining the vibe in the casino." And I said, "Well, that's our customer, Snoop Dogg, sorry, and they get preference over you, but you're welcome to use the property and film your video." I think that's a good backdrop for what we're discussing today. Obviously, casinos have come a long way, and when I come to Asia, I started coming to Macau when it was in its heyday and continues to grow. In fact, Macau is actually 5-6 times the size of Vegas. It's grown that fast. The casinos are spectacular. They're pieces of artwork. They are monuments to what we can do when we pull resources together and provide a place for people to recreate, hopefully in a safe and a responsible way. When I look at the casinos in Manila, I've had the pleasure of spending time at 𝐂𝐿𝐴 and Solaire, and I know there are others here and others planned. When I go to Phuc Hoa in Vietnam, when I go to Cambodia, to Phnom Penh, when I travel throughout Asia, in Malaysia and Singapore, these casinos are spectacular. That's the best word for it. And when I think about it, I go back to one of the first people I met when I came to Las Vegas, and that was a gentleman named Steve Wynn, who many believe have built some of the most consequential casinos in the world. And he may build yet another one in Dubai. We'll see. But the question is, why were they consequential? They were consequential because he was the first to embrace the notion that behavioral economics, in this case, the person who made the decision where to book the holiday in Vegas was usually the woman in the family, the executive assistant. And so Steve Wynn, in his design elements, would design the casino where every element would appeal to the woman. because that was the decision maker for the stay, for the visit. And so I used to go to the Wynn casinos with a camera. You can't quite do that here, although I'd like to, but I used to do that in Las Vegas. And I would take pictures, thousands of pictures. I would go up and down and around the corners, and there wasn't one design element that wasn't paid attention to, because how you do the lighting, how you do the flow within a casino, how you utilize technology, all of these factors go in to creating that experience for your target customer. And so when I went to 𝐂𝐿𝐴, I had one type of customer in mind based on the aesthetic, the flow, the design. When I went to Solaire, I had another type customer. There is differentiation in the market, and often that is accomplished through the design elements, and the design elements are specifically triggered to cause a certain result. Now, people are going ostensibly to lose their money and have a good time. And the question is, with the basic premise of a casino that the mathematics is against you, how do you create an environment that entices people to spend more time? And so one of the ways that I've looked at my new life in iGaming and how it connects to my old life in casinos is I've looked at how technology is being used to bring elements of the new life into my old life. In other words, when you go to a casino, particularly in Asia, you'll see the use of digital signage to the next level. You'll see displays, you'll see lighting, you'll see accents that are meant to tease your senses and draw you in. You will see the use of loyalty, which was perfected in the US and exported in many ways to Asia. How to gamify the experience, how to incentivize players to spend more time and to enjoy doing it. Even if they're financially not succeeding at the casino, they're finding their value in the experience. And so you're seeing elements of VR and AR, creating environments, creating interactive technology. You're seeing the ability to connect your brick and mortar experience to an experience you might have online. And so these environments are yes, meant to be physical environments. They're meant to embody local customs and local symbols. They're meant to create a sense of community in the brick and mortar, but they're also meant to connect that environment to the technology of today. And so it all started, I remember thinking back to the day of Snoop Dogg and Justin Timberlake. I said, well, it might be cool to have a place that would attract Snoop Dogg and Justin Timberlake on a daily basis, but our bread and butter was a customer coming from the Midwest. Maybe the most wealthy player we had was a cattle rancher, someone from Idaho, or an oil and gas man or woman from somewhere in Oklahoma, and maybe their idea of a big spend weekend was $10,000 in the casino and seeing a show, a dance routine, or getting a steak and shrimp dinner. And so I remember when we went through a refurbishment of those properties, the care and attention that we took to make sure that while we updated things and while we provided things that they would find recreational, someplace to look forward to come to and come back to, that we didn't want to shoot beyond our customer. So I would say as we get more casinos coming to Philippines, which just shows the vibrance of the market and the desire of people to invest in the market, as we get more casinos in other parts of Asia, I think the key is going to be market segmentation, differentiation, the use of design elements to attract customers and keep them engaged in the environment, and the use of technology to continue that experience when they leave the casino, hoping to bring them back as a loyal, dedicated customer. I have a whole presentation. We covered this topic in a research note, a 100-page research note. All of that can be found on the SCCG Management website. Brick and mortar casinos are dear to my heart, and I think I'm I'm good at dealing with technology and online gaming because I started at the roots, where people came and formed communities to enjoy gaming in a brick-and-mortar establishment. So I don't know if I've left time for questions, but that's a little bit of an overview of a very interesting topic.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This was Stephen Crystal for Behavioral Economics.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.